Finally. Okay, so let me share this. Okay. Let's see if we can make something meaningful out of this. Good. Am I tired?
Are you asking yourself that, Leslie? We are all tired in Nigeria.
Oh, more.
I didn't know you heard that, but okay.
Fucking exhausting work, man.
Holy shit.
All right. So if nobody's sending me your portfolio to review, then well, it would appear that it has fallen to me to work on Valley's website this weekend. So I've been thinking of like cutting down the number of times I actually do this.
Yo, the boss himself.
Hey, what's up, man?
Awesome.
Fine, good evening.
I can never forget this guy. We lost him.
What's up?
We did. Hey, what's up, man?
I'm okay. We'll just do that. Thanks for last time. Oh.
No wala, no wala. Just doing what we can. You know, just doing what we can to help.
You have something original for today?
Do I have something today? Kind of.
I mean, I always have something in case you don't have.
Okay, so what do you want? What do you have?
Maybe I'll share the link again.
Okay,
Just have
okay.
Yeah, let me on my system.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, this is it right here. Cause helper. There we go. What? There we go. Sweet stuff. Okay, let's go. So this site was supposed to go live today. Unfortunately, um, unfortunately, it's not even nearly, it's not done. So that's what I'm currently working on. Have you sent me the link?
Yeah, I'm doing it now. Share
Okay.
void.
Gosh.
I think I've sent you the invite.
Okay, all right. Got it. Just got it. Lily.
Yeah, it's just I was just trying to, create something of my imagination, trying to cook up something that would help me build my portfolio. I was looking at, so basically that's it. So I just had to start doing this thing for Lily's Organic. This is something I did for a lady. That's the logo, only just the logo. So I just had to use the logo and say, okay, let me create an app
So
because she sells exactly. She
so you
sells
just
organic.
said to your flesh out the idea, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's on my own. So that's it basically. Just let me have a look. Let's see. Also, I'm also finding what's it called? This case study of a thing. Then that thing, I think that's one thing now that I think is holding me back in terms of applying for jobs and stuff. That case study of a thing. I don't know.
Yeah. So I was telling my students, yeah, I think last week, that turns out I'm not really a good fan of case studies.
Man, I don't know, man.
I'm not really a great fan of case studies. And the reason, oh shoot, that's wrong. And the reason for that is, how do I put this? The reason why I don't like case studies is that anyone can fake it.
Yeah, exactly. Just be looking at case studies, you'll be like, man, different types, different styles. It's just confusing for me.
You understand? Like, as in, like, anyone can just like fake it. Anyone can, I mean, anybody can just do the barest minimum work, for example, and then just add
use
flour.
one case study. Yeah.
And no. So it's the levels of faking it is in layers. Right now, number one, I'm telling you for real, it's in layers, right? So for you could start that with someone who just does the bare minimum in a project, right? And then by just doing the bare minimum in a project, he just builds the entire thing, makes it all look pretty and flowery. And then instead of using I, he keeps on using we did this, we did that, as if he was actually part of the process. Meanwhile, all he probably did was maybe he was shadowing the original designer who actually did it, but never really got around to making a proper case study out of it. Or maybe he was just a UI designer. Like, let's even give him some credit. He was just a UI designer, and then he designed on the screen, but didn't really go as far as thinking through all the processes, creating, and then you know how you do it in design, whereby, I mean, you really don't go out to tell them that this is what you did.
See, to me, I feel that thing is, I don't know if I would say overrated, because I'm like, okay, do I really have to, one person, like one man, do I really have to go through all this many
that is a problem
that is why I've never really had, as I've never really, that's never really.
I think our industry actually demands that you know, or you're familiar with all the steps or all the processes, from the research, from the ideation to how it ties into business, to research, to wireframing, to testing, and then the handing off to what's it called, handing off to developers and then literally
Yeah.
hand-holding developers so they don't mess up your design, and then
Yeah.
testing as well again, testing after the developers have done, and then, deployment and collecting feedback. So I think the role requires you to be familiar with all these things, which is,
Yes.
I mean, that to be honest, that is fair. That is actually quite fair. What I don't like, what I don't agree with is when you then try to over demand from the designer, or you try to overstate what the designer's role is. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, he's not the engineer, he's not the business person.
Exactly.
He's like,
Exactly.
you're asking a designer to help you spot opportunities. My guy, go and find a business dev.
as in,
You get. Like, you're asking the designer to learn how to write code. My man, go and find a front-end engineer.
you just try to overwhelm the person with so many things at the same time.
And at the end of the day, we are asking designers to talk about all these things, to know all these things. And at the end of the day, you are not giving them a seat at the table. You are not having them. You're not having them determine the course of or the vision or the
you'll still be the one to tell them, do it like this, do the code like
that. No, wait now, okay, don't rush. I'm actually going to that joke. I'm going to that joke. Just calm down. Don't be in a hurry. So, like, you don't have any seats on the table. You have no say on how in the direction of the product. Nothing. You understand? And then at the end of the day, after all the questions and all the proving and all the case studies, all you are just doing in the company is now OCD, Organ-Centered Design.
As in Organ-Centered Design, exactly.
You understand? And it now makes you now wonder, like, what the fuck? Man, like, if you wanted me to if you just wanted me to design shit, man, come on, man, you could have just said so from the get-go. You didn't need to be this petty.
Me go through, So I'll look at all these things and I'll be like, man, that is why it's not as if I can't just look at someone else's fancy case study and do my name. But then I'll always be like, I don't know why I have issue with that case study. Why do I have to really do
wait.
I know you want to
let's look at it from another angle. Now, here's not the thing. We're speaking from the perspective of Nigerian organs, from the perspective of Nigerian companies.
Yeah.
In the abroad, well, to the best of my knowledge, I have not worked for a foreign or international company before yet, because by God's grace, we are still applying. That scenario is going to change. You understand? But from what I've seen and from the experiences of people that I've actually spoken to, man, the complete opposite is the case. Like, they actually respect your opinion. They actually listen to you, and they actually want you to be part of
something. They value you as a designer. Your inputs are valid and all those
your inputs are valued. So in order for you to actually not just be someone who just designs stuff and who just draws things about, or who's quite literally a glorified painter, and in order for you to have a voice in order for you to have a seat on the table and to have a voice that everybody listens to, you now have to learn those things. You now have to learn about strategy and how to actually tie business goals to user demands, so to speak. You understand? It's just that. Okay, so one of the reasons why I am not really enthusiastic about international foreign work is that I've been rubbed the wrong way, but twice or three times now, and now that doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying, but it just means that, I've been rubbed the wrong way, man. there was no, it's true, because there was one that I was hoping I would get, but man, and it was let's just say that company was my dream company. Like, it's a company that I wanted to work in. right? But when I had gone through all the stages of the interview, and man, it was just down to at least from it was just down to let's just how do I put this there? I think the long and short of it was that, you know, they felt that I wasn't they felt that I wasn't really like a good fit for the role that
Okay.
they did say it. And then I now looked at the email that they now sent, and it was something along the lines of, I don't really sabi this UX thing. It's not like, wait,
But then,
wait.
Okay.
No, okay. No, because the reason why I'm actually laughing, because you guys know that like I've been doing this thing and like people have been using mine. So maybe it's a perception thing, maybe it's a
it is.
or maybe you guys probably saw someone better than me, and you decided to go with that person.
For me,
which is fine,
until you see all these interview stages and stuff, there is no how you tell me that the person that they are going to pick is the right fit for that role. Until you've actually worked with this person, there is no interview phase that will tell me that, yes, this guy is the right fit for this. So it's normal, this thing now that you're saying, but it's everybody get their own fair share of this interview phase and stuff. So for me, I feel they just, at the end of the day, they pick someone, yes. But until they work with you, they can't just say, you are not good for this because of the
based on the interaction that they've actually had. And I passed through like 4-5 stages of this shit for weeks or weeks. Like they let me know from the get-go that just girls ago. I like this is like I think I spent like 2 months just doing the interview process, and at the end of the day, they just shattered everything. Like, man, guy, for like 3 days I could not. I was not feeling myself.
I'm going through this phase, interview phase now, a foreign company, and it's like that. She's like in the second stage, now the third stage. But after like the fourth, fifth stage, now they will just come and break her the news and say this, that. It's very annoying, though. I would say. And this person I'm telling you is very good, very, very good at what she does. But then, if they don't get to pick her, then they're lost. So until they actually work with you, I don't think them telling you this, that. It's simply, I don't agree at all. One bit. I don't really get that ginger or those plenty words. I don't get plenty words when it comes to interview, and that's when they freak me out. I know, yes, I'll probably be good at this thing, but if you want to judge me by what I say, or I don't know, maybe the whole interview stuff, because sometimes those things, they freak me out sometimes. So if you feel you want to judge me by the interview stuff, man, I don't know. I really can't say. That's why that interview thing now, another angle of my life where I must say I need to tackle it very well. It's crazy. It's really crazy, man. But then I just want to get better, actually get better, have like at least 1 or 2 case studies, then see if I can start applying for roles and stuff.
So the next question now is like, oh wow, okay. So it seems like this thing's actually, it's not. Man. So who else is here? Josh is here.
Yeah, AK Josh.
Shobola is here as well.
Banjoko.
Let's see. Okay, so let's take a look at what you've done. Let me see if I can duplicate this to my drafts. Open it. See if there's anything that one can salvage. Okay. So all right. So let's get to it then. What do we have here? This. Did you prototype this?
Hmm?
Did you prototype?
Yes, I did.
No, man, it doesn't look like it did.
I think I'm not sure. It's been long. I did this one, like some months ago. I think I did. Yeah. I think I did, but not full blown prototype. Just the basic, like the login, the sign up. I think, if I recall.
Okay, let's see. So if I wanted to do something adventurous now, for example,
Okay.
I would say this is frame, also frame. So let's give this thing like some names. Let's say logo. Good. Also call this bad boy here logo. Then we will duplicate this button, put it here. We'll probably have it come from the bottom, right? We'll reduce the opacity to 0. This guy is an image, this guy is an image, so only Jesus knows how this is gonna work.
Okay.
So maybe if I
Showball, I can't hear you.
Shobola, what's going on?
Maybe it's his network or something.
I think it's possible that it's actually your network because man.
I can hear you clearly. I don't know.
Boss, please, as you are trying to do this prototyping, can you just be explaining it so that for those of us that want to also try, let us be knowing.
Okay, so let me try and explain the gist of it. So when you want to animate between two screens, for example, it's like, oh God, what's the best way to actually make you think about this thing now? So let me try this now. It's called sample, right? Now let's create an artboard. Promax 1. We have this rectangle right here, right? And let's call it red. No, not red actually. Shape. Right? Now I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to give this color, let's say a red, right? Now let's now duplicate this and then push this down lower, right? And then let's now give it a blue, right? Now it's the same rectangle, right? It's the same shape, but what has happened is that it moved from here to here. Now this is the start state, right? And this is the end state. Now I want you to keep those, I want you to keep that concept in mind, right? The start state of an object and the end state of an object. Now, in prototyping, prototyping is often tricky, nigga, what the hell? Yo, what do you mean by you can hear less this voice? What the hell, man? Nigga.
As in, that's totally, I don't know.
That's just, yo, my man. What the hell, dog?
We're about to change that to streets.
All right, so like I was saying, so hold those two concepts in your head. You have the start state and the end state. And, for the sake of, let's just put this here, start state, and then end state. So for those who still aren't clear on what is happening, the start state is where it's starting from, where the animation is supposed to start from. And the end state is where the animation is supposed to end. Why am I getting static? Is it raining somewhere? Okay, Banchope, that was you. All right. Now, like I said, the start state is where it's supposed to start, at the end state is where it's supposed to end, right? Right. Now, hold that, keep that in mind. Now, animation in prototyping, probably even, not animation, interaction is usually driven by a variety of triggers. Now, if we come to prototyping here, you see what some of those triggers are. So say I wanted to animate this box from here to here. And let's just say I just drew the connection from here to here, right? Good. You will suddenly see the interaction details and then the drivers, the triggers, so to speak. Now, these are the various triggers that can push an interaction. On tap, what does on tap mean? It means that when you click on an object, this is what's supposed to happen. That's one story. On drag, meaning that if you drag an object across the screen, an expected interaction is supposed to happen, right? On hover, if you hover over an object, an interaction is supposed to happen. While pressing is different from on tap, because on tap is, you tap it and move. On press is you tap and hold, right? I'm trying my best to actually explain this thing.
Yes,
Keypad.
I'm following you. Leslie, yeah, I'm following you. I understand.
Yeah, go ahead. They follow you.
Okay, so then key gamepad. I think this one, key gamepad actually had to do with like keyboard input. So let's say if you press like a specific key, maybe like W or Q, something happens. Mouse enter, this is a different ball game altogether. So if your mouse touches the object, you're not even interacting with it. If the object just senses that your mouse is on it, something is about to happen. If your object senses that the mouse, your mouse pointer has left it, something will happen. I think this is all these ones below are usually like mobile. They are more mobile focused. Then this last one you're looking at here is after delay. After delay,
I think mouse might be for it should be for web now. Like maybe all those if you are hovering over card or something.
Mouse. Oh yeah. I agree. That's true. Now this after delay is one of those type of drivers that happen on their own without any user's inputs, right? So it's just like an animation that is meant to happen. Nobody's going to touch it. No, it's not. It does not. It doesn't require any user triggers to actually make it happen. So let me give you let me just show you how it's supposed to work, right? Now, when I click on, let's say I want a scenario whereby after a certain delay, let me just put it's like 1 milliseconds, and navigate to this. The animation is going to be smart animate. You could use dissolve. You can use any of the animation presets here, but let me just show you what it actually looks like when you're using the others. So you see that when now oh God, I wish I could show you how this is actually working. So here's what, let me do this. Let me create a screen here. I'll just call it rectangle 1. I'll push it behind. Let me just give it like a Razi color, so to speak. Yeah, this is fine. And then I'll just duplicate it and push this here. Also give it like a Razi color. Green. Yeah, this looks good. This is as Razi color as you can get, right? Good. So because of the way we've set the transitioning, yeah, because of the way we set the transitioning, it's moving. So this is like, if you look here, it's basically like how the animation is actually going to go. So it kind of like swipes from left to right, and you can determine where the direction of the swipe, it can be left, right, up, or down, however it is that you want. But what we are more interested in is, I mean, there are other like various types like move in, move out, push, sliding, slide out. What we're interested in is smart animate, because smart animate feels a lot, in quotes, sexier. So here's what happens. So, do you see what happens? Hello?
Yes,
Yeah,
so
sure.
yes.
So, you're following.
Sorry.
Again.
Cheers, this way again. So this is what happens. So let's go back to home, right? So if you go back to the first frame, you notice that it just animates straight into the second frame. And what Smart Animate does is that, it's what we just have basically is 2 frames. That's from here, the start state and the end state. So what Smart Animate is that it fills in the animation data between here and here. So what normally would be no, let me not use dissolve.
Instant.
What normally would have been instant, right?
Mm.
Now looks like it's moving. Do you
Yeah.
understand? So let me now do like the normal. Let me now do like an idiot and push this back here. Not on tap. After delete. Okay. Okay. All right. So you see what is happening now? It's going through a loop.
Yeah.
I've made it loop. So now let me make the loop worse. And you can actually improve on this. Like if you can actually you can add as many states as you want. So let's say I wanted to add like more things. So I wanted to, let's say I wanted it to start from here. I don't know what this guy is on about, but that's not what he's supposed to do. You're not supposed to, oh shit. Anyways, let's say I wanted it to start from here and come here, right? And let's just say I needed for the colors to change, right? I'll call this green. I'll make this green. I'll make this yellow. How are we getting a lot of noise in our background? Muibat. All right, and then let's now move this one a little bit here. Right, let's change the color. The yellow. This would be that, and let's now move. So I want the end frame of this guy to happen here. So that means this next guy is going to be around here, right? One, two, three, four. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope I'm actually doing it right, but I'm pretty sure my calculation is off. But now, so we see. Okay, so let's look at how our prototyping is supposed to work. I don't know why these ones actually believe they are all different flows. They are not different flows. This is what is going to happen. Yeah, we're transitioning from here to here.
Leslie, I think
the
way you're supposed to delete those flows is you're supposed to tap on it and click on minus at the top right.
I would, but let's. What I want to do is I see. Flow starting point. Yeah. Good. So everybody now agrees that it's one flow. Excellent. So delay this, delay that. Good. Delay. But they are not supposed to be there. There. Good. Delay. Good. There. Delay. All right, you're correct. So you are shuttling all the way back there. And you're not even on top, my brother. You're just after delay. 1 millisecond. Smart animate is out. Roll this bitch. This is chaos.
Okay.
Reminds me of that VCD.
Yeah.
Probably if you change the shape to a circle, probably it will even look a bit nicer.
And make it slower. Maybe.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I want to try something. I want to see if something's actually possible. So I want to see if you can animate I want to see if you can animate the shape itself.
Okay.
I want to see if that's possible. If that's possible, then that's fantastic. All right, so let's see. Oh, okay. It's kind of tricky.
Yeah, kind of tricky.
It's not bad. Could have been worse. Okay, but you get the general idea. Yeah?
I actually like it. I like the chaos.
Yeah, I know, right? So you get the general idea behind, the behind how we actually think of prototyping. Why am I not unable to? Oh, Jesus Christ! What have I done this time? I can't select any of the objects now. Oh, okay. All right, so this is a start state and there's end state. So you get the general gist of it. So let's come back here. Let's see if this is something that we can actually do. I need to do it. Hello? Okay, so let us, well, this is just me just like trying to look at something interesting. So I don't know if it might make any sensible headway out of this. Smart animate, yes. Untap, no. We want after delay. We want after millisecond. All right. Let's see if it works in our favor. Oh boy. What? You flipped? How did it flip? And I wanted this to be like, yeah. Oh, how? How did it flip? Okay. All right. Let me flip this back horizontal, I guess. All right. So maybe what I wanted to do is I just wanted to, Jesus, I don't even know what I wanted to do. I actually just wanted to just green from here and then just land here. I think that's all I wanted to do. Simple stuff. Anyways, that aside, I think this background could probably benefit from some murals. This is your film. Phil looks nice. Except for this guy. So let's make it. Ooh, boy, that will not work. No, most definitely not work. Okay, that works. So let me then. Let's not use that approach. All right. Let's draw for ourselves a proper rectangle. All right, good. So I can then reduce this. Oh, Jesus Christ. Darken, okay. Something I can do to save that. Let's try to just take a look at this a little bit, boost it up, push it down, and reduce the opacity. Reduce the opacity a little bit. Okay, it's not bad. Not bad. Okay, so now here is where I have here's where I have like some problems.
Okay.
Now let's look at this now. The entire setup looks good structurally, but login, yeah. So usually when you're doing stuff like this, right? This representing them like this will really help your case.
Okay.
So hold on, I'm looking for. I am
sorry, Leslie. What did you say will be able to help his case?
No, I'm trying to look for what we did with date match. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Site. Who's tagging? Okay. Oh, what's like here? Wait, I don't think it's here. No, I don't think it's here. I am most definitely confident that this thing is not here. Not here, not here. It's definitely not here. Also not here. All right. What else? What was this? Oh, this was supposed to be a class on components, using components in Figma. Forget that. All right, so let's look for it then. Date match. There you go.
While you are looking for what you are looking for, can you quickly say something about components? I always jam them while I'm practicing on Figma, but I just know that it turns a shape to something and then it turns purple. I don't know what that does.
Okay,
what
so the general idea behind components is that.
Can I try so that you see that I know?
All right, go ahead, give it a shot.
Okay, so
The
components
fuck?
now.
Sorry.
Imagine,
Go ahead.
Imagine that let's say you want to design. Okay, you're creating designs for an app, right? You know that you're going to use buttons in several pages, right? You know that you're going to use maybe your nav bar in several pages. You have things that you are going to reuse, okay, as you design, right? So
Okay.
components are simply you design that thing the first time, all right? You design that thing the first time. When you change it to a component, you're now like making it a template, okay? You're making it a template. So all what you do now is, for the purpose of for rhythm and for continuity, you just copy it. You just copy an instance. And what they call an instance is like a copy. So it's just like duplicating it. So instead of having to rebuild something from the scratch again, you just take an instance of that thing that already has the properties you are looking for. So that's what component is. I don't know whether I did it well.
If going by this definition, if it's a shape, instead of changing it to a component, can I not just copy the shape?
Okay, so from the idea I have.
Did you get my question?
Your line is breaking, but I think you said something about why not just copy it at all, right? Copy and paste.
Yes.
Good. Now, this is what I understand. Now, the problem with copying and pasting is you might be designing for yourself, and copy and paste is great, is good. Now, let's say you want to design and you want to hand over to somebody. Okay, you need that minus the fact that it is best practice. Okay, so best practices are, of course, best practices are just like things that you should do. Not that if you don't do them, you won't turn out fine, but for the purpose of, should I use the word professionalism? So apart from the fact that it's best practice, another thing is you have like a bank of things that you can use. So I don't know whether you know of what they call libraries in libraries in Figma.
In Figma, no. I don't
Okay, so now you see all those like UI kits that people download and use. Those are components. So the reason now, just imagine somebody did copy and paste, you would not be able to really like apply some certain things to those components. But now, when the concept of
Josh,
that's
okay, go on.
Yeah,
go on.
Okay,
Finish.
so the concept of components now mean that those things now have like they are reusable. You have reusability. So it's not just about copying and pasting now. So you have like a bank where it's just like a style guide. I don't know whether you know what a style guide is.
For me, the major importance or the main purpose of a component is a change to one is a change to all. That's like the major selling point.
Thank you. I have forgotten that.
You change one thing, it affects every other thing. In fact, that's like the selling point. That's bad news.
I had forgotten, Do you know I had forgotten? Thank you.
God, because I was like, components basically, I know, but then it's all good.
That was, in all of the things that you've been trying to say, Josh, that was the one thing I was hoping that you were going to say first, even actually, because the primary selling point of components is that number one, it makes your work faster, so that you don't have to recreate every single thing. As in, you don't have to recreate the same thing over and over again. You don't have a scenario whereby you're just copying and pasting, and in the event whereby you need to make a change in one, you have to effect that same change in all the other instances where that component or where that a feature or control actually appears on your design. So what happens is, and I think it's something that I can just quickly mock up here, right? All right, so let's do something real quick, right?
I think Webflow
Um,
calls their own symbols.
yeah, no, XD also calls that. No, wait, hold on.
Webflow.
Sketch calls theirs symbols.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sketch calls their symbols. XD, I don't know what those ones call their own. Is it components?
Yeah, like its components.
Yeah. Banjoko, you're raising your hand. What's up?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. What's up?
Good evening.
Yeah, I want to ask about the component that we are talking about. Okay, now, okay.
Go on.
Yeah, I use component, but like you are saying, what did you guys say last? That one for all. What did you say?
They change to one, they change to all.
Okay, change to one. Yeah, fine. But if I'm not changing everything, that means I have to edit each one by one.
If you're not changing everything, right? It now means that whatever. Okay, don't worry. I'm about to show you. Let me show you how that shit works. So let's say. So let's say. So let's say, for example, now we actually want to create like some kind of text field, right? I don't know why this is technical. So we create a text field. We give it like some rounded corners. Let's give it like 8. 8 looks nice. 8 always looks nice. And then let's now give it like some kind of small text that we can just slap in the middle. User name, right? Sounds fair, right? Good. So what we have right now is a text field. So I'm going to group it. I'm going to call it text field. Let's go field. Then I'll, for the sake of speed, so I'm not really doing too much. I'll just duplicate this. I'll move this to the middle, and I'll give this like a green color, and I'll make this white. So what I've created is a button, right? So I'll just call this CMD underscore btn, right? So right now I have two designs, right? And from these 2 designs, I can spawn an entire screen out of it. But here's what I want to do. I want to make these 2 things components, right? So I'll just bring them out here. I'll make them hang here. And then I'll just come here, create multiple components, and boom, components have been created. Now, I can move this here, and I can just start changing shit. And I can then change it text onto, let's say, username, password, email, phone number, GitHub, LinkedIn profile, and let's just say address. And then I can then just duplicate this since this is already here, and then just put here and just say, all right, change this text to like submit, right? Now, remember, these 2 are the masters, right? So whatever happens to the master definitely affects all the children. All these ones are children. All these ones are instances. Think of them as children. So whatever happens to the father happens to this child. But what happens to the child does not affect the father. Do you understand?
Yeah, true.
So if I reduce this one now, you will notice that it's reducing by itself. It's not touching the father. It's not affecting the father. But if I increase the father, everybody's increasing. Do you see? If I increase the father, everybody's increasing. If I do, everybody's increasing. Now, let's make it more interesting. Now, we'll notice that this text name, right? They all look like, these are supposed to be like, what they're supposed to be labels, right? So they don't necessarily have to be this bold. So what I want to do now is I want to reduce the opacity. I'll make this, first of all, make this regular, then I'll make it smaller. And you'll notice that as I'm making my changes here, it's also cascading here as well, right? And then I'm going to reduce the opacity as well. I'll align this in the middle. So you, like I said, remember what I said earlier, anything that happens to the father, to the master component, affects all the instances and it affects all the child components, right? Are we following?
Yeah, sure, definitely.
Good.
Yeah.
Now, good. Now, if we then, let's now look at this command button now. You notice that this thing, yeah, like you shift go left, right?
Yeah.
It should go left. And that's clearly not what we want to happen. So when we select this text, we'll look at it, we'll notice that it's actually aligned left, right? If we change the alignment from left to center, problem solved. Right? Now, remember what we did, what I said earlier. What happens to the child does not affect the father
parent.
or the parent. Good. But what happens to the parent or the father in this case will definitely affect the child. But now we can then start to customize if we want, right? So let's now say we have submit, and I also wanted to create another button called cancel, right? I can then decide to change this color. No, call it cancel. Yeah, I can then decide to change this color from green to gray, right? And I can then change the text color from white to a nicer gray. And I can change the text from submit to cancel, right? Everything looks nice. And it has not affected our parents. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
So these components that we have created now, we can use it to power an entire design, text field, all those kind of things. You understand? Like you can just create entire designs just out of these two. And if you want to make changes, if you want to make changes across board, say for example now, the company has rebranded, right? The company has rebranded and the color has changed from green to orange. You don't need to go through the stress of going through, let's say you had like 90 or 100.
Yeah.
You just come here, change the color, and you live a happier life. That's all. Do you understand? So that is the power of components. They are extremely powerful. And then they even get more powerful when you now start talking about variants. My brother, that is when you unlock, that's when you attain good God, like true godhood.
Variants are chill.
That's when you attain real true godhood. So now let me show you. Let me show you how I use variants.
I use variants in icons with Boolean states. Oh God. I had to learn that shit.
Okay, so this is this what I'm about to show you is the design system that I'm putting together for Money Point. It's called Kamuna. I don't know why it's not showing.
Why did you give it that name?
Why did I give it that name? Because Kamuna. Like, have you heard? Like, do you hear when the person actually says it? When whenever I says it, we forget everything. Everyone just chill. Come now. If I had called it something, so like the only reason why it's the only reason why I'm calling it Kamuna is because Itachi has not said anything cooler. Like he has not said anything cooler than Kamuna. Or what's the name of this guy? This guy in Jujutsu Kaisen, Gojo Satoru. I have not said anything cooler. So it's Kamuna. All right, so let me zoom out. And then you can see this is my library. And all these are all variants of one component inputs. So let me come to dump so I can show you how I actually use them. Let me say I create that, right? Let me go to assets and I just drag and drop an input field, right? That's one input field. This is one input field.
This your own variant. This your own variant. Leslie, la Baba, oh Jesus.
No, so here's now the thing. You can't get this if you don't pay for Figma. So sorry, man. Because like all these assets, this thing, that like this is the file itself, and I'm basically calling this file into this other file. So this is like where this is the design library file, so to speak. Now, if I wanted to switch between two different styles of input fields, now you notice that this is like the default style that everyone's familiar with. I want to switch to another style. All I just need to do is switch from this is text, from solid to field BG. Now you notice different style, right? Now within that field BG, they all have like their own separate properties now. Like, so let's say I wanted to switch from the default state to like an error state. Good, I need to fix this. I actually do need to fix that. That's weird. How is it not responsive? That is super weird. Disabled works, yeah. Error. Why is error not working? I'll attend to that. Same with on focus. Icon. Okay, but icons work. That's fine. So for this icon, oh dear Lord, why is this thing just disgracing me today? Just choosing violence. Ha. Oh, this thing has chosen violence today. Good. I think I made these things as responsive as possible. All right.
This party for these components won't frustrate you.
Guy, like this is actually unexpected behavior.
If you want to frustrate you,
it's not supposed to behave like this. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's not even supposed to behave like this. Okay. This is very recent, very new, very field container. That's not supposed to happen. Fixed with. Hey God, unless somebody has been messing with my. If you start fight because of this thing. No, I tell you, I feel actually start fights because of this thing. Nice behavior. Right, and then I can, instead of switching this one off, I can then just switch this. I'll just call, there's an empty state called null, and I can switch this out from mapping to search if I so desire. And all of like,
see my Figma no get them.
Let's see, what else do I have? I can even what else? Then oh dear Lord, hang on. Yes, Lord. Okay. Guys, just give me 5 minutes, I'm coming.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh, my mic.
Okay, I'm back. So what else was I about to show you regarding components? So yeah, I have small buttons and I have large buttons. Like, funny thing, right? And these buttons have their own states. There's the ghost states, there is the outline states, pretty dope. There is the solid, which we've all seen, and then just like the text link, which is this. They also have their own states. So let me just go to solid. Disable, hover, disable, and then you can switch between icon and no icons. I need to figure out how to make this thing responsive with auto layouts, because Jesus, this seems a nightmare. It just means I have to now start manually fixing. Anyhow, sure, I'll figure it out. So that's it. That's what I do. All right, so let's get back to it. Where am I coming from? Right here. So back to this here. So I think what you could have done is, first of all, this line for input, Google no longer uses it. Google doesn't use it anymore. So So that means you have to fall back to using, the more familiar stuff of, I think like 56 is fair. Make it 56. So you have your username and your password right about here. Give it a good old 8. You can make it all white if you want and give it like outlines, or you can why are you using off-white, Dave?
Yes, so I don't know. Sometimes lowering the opacity, I don't know.
Why do you keep using off-white?
Maybe plain white. There's this thing now about too white or too dark. So I try to just.
Wait, what thing was that?
Instead of using 100% white, I just try to a little bit,
Okay,
gray.
okay.
Kind of. Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Push this up a little bit. Not really a great fan of circular edged buttons because they end up causing more problems than they create. I mean, that they fix actually. Right. God, never stick on it. It's like that they've taken an at 5 o'clock for night for morning.
Sometimes when I'm drawing buttons,
yeah,
at 65, I'll be like, come on, this thing is big.
65.
7 this thing is big. Sometimes I just try to do 60, 55.
Okay, so first of all, at 65 or 64, it's actually quite big, like fucking big.
Very big.
So if you want like the button, I think max keep it at between 60 64. Just keep it at that size. Sure you get it. But anything bigger than that, man, you're designing button as like you're building house for that button at that point.
Okay, so I think another thing, funny enough, I had the app, I uninstalled it. Download Figma Mirror, and while you're working, you can actually see what you're designing, especially for mobile. You can actually see it on your phone, and then you know if it looks good or not.
I use Figma Mirror. I use it.
Okay.
Okay.
Email. Enter password. I don't know. Scope that we are using, this thing that we are doing. Just like something that will come back and bite us. See you back. Okay, this is fine. So I think this image is good to go.
So for Google, what was their reason for changing this input style? What really happened? Or they just change as time goes on?
I can't quite remember the exact reasoning, but I do know that, man, there were lots of usability issues. That's number one. Number two, you know that this is a single line input field, right? How do you represent a multi-line input field like this? Does this make sense to you?
Okay.
It does not.
Okay.
It actually does not. I'm just letting you know that it does not.
Yeah, I get.
So what they now did was that they basically just created halos. They created halos for their for the primary design. So what they did was, instead of leaving it just like this, they now did something to this effect.
Okay.
Basically this. Use this to 2. Keep this at 8. Send this back a little bit, and then keep this one around here. So this is basically what they did.
Okay.
So I think this is what they have on material design. Now for the multi-line text, right, that I was trying to show you. Multi-line text I was trying to show you, right? So this is a single line text. For the multi-line text, more than only actually just looks like this, and it's disgusting. You have no idea where to start from. All right.
Yeah.
Create some very serious confusion. So what they now did was to mitigate against this, same approach. Right. Put it here. Ooh. Same approach. Put it here, and then just pretty much just drag it.
Okay.
Just drag it. That's it. So this is how they. So this is how they actually fixed it. This is how people actually. This is how material design actually fixed that problem. So you can choose to use this over here. You know, that's.
But do they have these updates on their documentation?
Yes, they do. It's actually pretty. It's actually, I won't say old, but yeah, they do. Okay, so I was supposed to upload something for my project group, and I'm using my mouth so I could do on this evening. I think I have this color. I'll quickly do it. This thing is too curvy. And because it's too curvy, it makes it look slimmer than it really is. Okay. Then after now going through all of this, you can now dedicate space for, you can now dedicate A, B notes. You can now dedicate space for get start for people who want to sign up. So you can say things like A. New here. Create. You can make this bold and change the color to green. Shade it. Because this, and even if you have to use tabs, right? Even if you have to use tabs, this is not the best approach. This is not the best approach to tabs. You just use like a normal. You probably just end up using like a normal line tabs. Yeah. So let's say I'm into this. Push this down a little. Just create like a line here. Give it that. That's fine. and then you just take this text, right? Let's just say this is right here. And let's now call this create account. Of course, this is going to be grayish. Keep this to right. Now we need to find what the universal middle of this thing is. So that's right there. So when I'm doing this, I can do this in piece. Increase the size of this guy, and then change the color to green. And there you have it. It's a tab that you can use and don't feel bad about. Maybe not bold. I don't know, sometimes you can just make this one so it doesn't seem too intrusive. So I think this is a far cleaner approach than
okay.
And this, but I always like, I won't say this is a bad idea, but I shy from using this. I shy away from using this.
Okay.
And the reason why I shy away from using this is that while the login, you can predict the length of the login, you cannot predict the length of your creator account, because you might end up having to collect more data than just email and confirm password. What if you want to collect their full names, which you've not even accounted for here? You want to collect their full names, you want to collect their date of birth, all those kind of things. How do you account for it? It now means that this guy will now have to stretch and I keep going down like you're trying to dig well, and your developer will cost you. I'm almost confident that your developer will cost you. So, all right, okay. So let's look at what you have here. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. All right, cool. And this, I think this is like the best of them all. This looks good. This looks very good. I like this idea. Let it touch the edge. Yeah, so that people know that it's actually coming from somewhere.
Yeah.
But I love this. Your dark mode is questionable.
I'll just have to back me. I don't know. I'm just trying to learn that.
I understand. I absolutely understand. She understand. It's just that, you really need to think about contrast when you're dealing with things like this. Okay.
Okay.
So it probably means that you have to like mix your colors well and make sure that, it's legible, it's legible to everyone who is concerned. Do you get? It's legible to people who are going to be viewing, your dark mode. But this looks good. This looks neat. It's very simple. It's very clean. It looks very, very neat. I would say like, well done. But this
so
one.
We get master for this thing like this. Hey,
you get waiting.
Who sent me enter UI UX?
You get waiting. I don't understand.
They lied.
Josh, what do you think they complain about?
They lied. They told me I'll be a superstar in UI UX. I don't know that there are people that already sabi this thing. They lied. They told nothing but fake dreams to us.
What do you mean? What do you mean, George? Oh, good. Wait. But here's not it. Don't think about coming into UI UX for so that you can be the best in quotes at it. I mean, you listen. You will eventually be the best.
Or
at least you eventually be very, very good enough that people will actually want to hire you and associate with you and listen to you speak and stuff like that. But things like that takes time. Like it takes a lot of time. You get, and a lot of people don't have that patience for that shit. So
yeah, very true. Very true.
a lot of people don't have patience for that shit. So
Yeah,
they just they're just like, I want to be awesome from day one. Like, yo, man. Even we that were awesome, we're not awesome from day one.
true.
You get so
from day one.
and what?
You have been awesome from day one. Other people might not have been, but you have been awesome from day one.
Fam. I don't know the lies they told you, man. I was not awesome from day one.
I hate the way Leslie you should talk. Now this thing they always vex. Now this is they always vex.
I did the best, oh, the best. Don't forget.
Leslie, please. Let's just teach this thing and let's not go into this, please.
Okay, fine. Let's continue.
Papa is already contemplating his life.
All right. So but I think the longer shot of what I'm trying to say is that in the long run, as you keep going and doing it, I think you begin to build for yourself. You begin to become an authority. I mean, because you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and not become good at it. Unless they swarm for you and then in which case we need to have a lengthy talk with your parents. But so that's the entire length of it. Okay, do you need to have a line here? Oh shoot, this thing needs to have a shadow, or at least a more prominent drop shadow. This 10 is not good to cut it, and it has to be a little darker.
Does the home icon also need to have a shadow since it's already highlighted?
I don't know which version of Jubu you are watching. You go and put the shadow. You actually go and put shadow on this thing. God, you watching Jubu, I swear. All right. So no. So the longer shot on what I'm trying to say is like, no, don't do that. Don't put shadows there. It's always a bad idea. Okay, so this is cleaned up.
Sorry, Leslie. Sorry. You say we should not do shadow for what? Is it for icons? Sorry,
don't
for
put shadow. No, don't put shadow on the icon, your menu, on this menu icon here, especially when it's highlighted.
Okay.
I know what you are trying to go for, yeah. But there's a fair chance that if you now apply shadow now, it's supposed to be like some kind of glow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dave, very good.
Sure.
Don't do that. Don't do that, because it might work for some colors. It might not work so much for some other colors, and then you don't now want a scenario whereby the glow now begins to make the thing look blurry. Just don't do that. Save yourself the nightmare, man. You don't need it.
No problem.
All right. I think that is done with that. Remember what I said about the text field. Now you need to fix this.
Yeah, true.
Then what I recommend that you do, use fill icons instead. Don't use line icons. I think those are a lot more emphatic.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, I think you're good. Yeah, you're good. This is good. I always like to have my text links to be bold, not just regular, so that they kind of like pop out and stand out. So that's it. That is it. That is it. All right. So let's see. What do we have here?
Voila.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, I mean, the design looks okay. The problem is this is not how it works.
Okay.
So I'm never going to launch it to that. I think it's something that you should look into yourself. This is also not how it works. I beg you in the name of God. No. Just use a check mark there, like all other normal human beings. and be happy. No need to put a fucking smiley face. What if I'm angry?
What if I'm angry?
What if I'm angry? What if I'm filled with murderous intent and then I see happy face? I swear, I feel destroy my phone.
What if you are buying the product against your will? Maybe your girlfriend.
You understand? After you've listened to your wife bicker about it, that honey, when I go to buy, honey, when I go to, baby, you've not put me this. I'm like, okay, you know what? I want peace of mind. And then against your will and under duress, you open the app. You suffer through all the sign up and login. And then you suffer through all the images of trying. You suffer through trying to search for the product, and you finally find the product, and then you now discover that the money is like 20K or 30K more expensive than what she told you. But you are now at this point, and she's looking at you with puppy eyes because she knows that at this point she cannot threaten you. She has to handle you with care. So you're like, well, you know what? I actually love her, so let's proceed to buy this nonsense. And then you finish paying for it, and then this fucker shows up on your screen. I swear.
I'm breaking my phone, man.
I will break my phone. I will call customer care and say, you are mad. Give me my money back. So yeah, that's it basically. Okay. So I don't know if you know this, but number one, there's no such thing as cover states in mobile.
Okay.
Wait, unless you are doing this so that you could use it to hold the
one that has like the focus.
The focus, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
okay, focus. You don't really get to see a lot of focus.
It's still mobile itself. You don't get to see focus.
You understand? You really don't get to see focus. So this guy, you have bad attitude. You have very bad attitude. And I've spoken to you about this thing that you keep on using drop shadow to use. Don't use drop shadow. Use line. Use line. Make your life easy. Why do you like playing your life hard? Why? You're behaving like a typical Nigerian. You're behaving like someone that Buhari has finished torturing. Why? No. This is a serious discussion. This is something that you could have just gotten one line. Just one line. It won't take you anything. Just do like this. From here to here. This is capacity. It will not take you anything. And then just duplicate.
Okay.
Obviously, you probably have to do some small light adjustments, but what am I using? Say, pick all of them like this. Tidy up. They will sort themselves. Not say as they don't sort themselves finish.
Yeah.
6. Yo, man. You don't need to your life does not need to be that hard. It's not that deep, man. Big
I did all these things months ago. I just took a pause. I just don't know. It's just now I'm like, okay, let me just put it out there. Help me out. It's been long, guys.
All right, what do we have? What's the time now? What's the time? 8 o'clock. All right, time for me to wrap up the stream.
Oh, 8 o'clock. Oh.
Okay, so I think I've done my best.
Yeah, you have. My shopping cart, Uncle.
I would have loved for you to talk about that item lecture part where you said that's not up to date. I really want to know what you have.
Which side? Which part?
That's
this?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that is absolutely not how it works, because after you selected an item, right, and you're viewing the details, this comes last. The amount comes last. You don't even see the delivery info. What you see is the description of the product. You should understand.
Okay.
So that's why I didn't want to talk about it. I think it's something I should you should look into by yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it.
It's all right.
All right, so thank you guys for coming.
Help me. You can just maybe share with me or tag me along so I can see.
Okay. Let me share this. What's your email?
One day I will bring project for you to access. One day,
Dave.
in Jesus'
Is this yours?
No, that's not me. Oh.
Dave Mars.
You know, dear. Try official.
Eh?
Try official Dave Mars.
Sorry, what?
Let me spell for you. ANI.
Okay, just write it in the chat.
Okay, let me do it now. Chat, where are you? Okay, done.
Oh, okay. All right, so I sent you the invite. The work here is done. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate.
All right, peace.
All right, Leslie.
Thank you, Leslie.
All right.